5:34. It's called order. Does anybody have anything they want to add to the agenda? Anything new that's not on there? No? Okay. Approval of March minutes. I've not gone back and transcribed the meetings, but we have those on Facebook, so we'll be doing that. So we'll get all those together for next meeting. Old business, so new members discussion. Everybody got a chance to see some of the names that we sent forward, so let me pull the 3 up that we had. 1 second. Yeah, my printer did not work today, so I don't have anything printed, but that's on my computer. So Travis and I met with the nominating committee and put forward the 3 names that we liked to invite to join this committee. So it was Andrea Lewis, Ash Allenson, and Rebecca Dillon. So we were thinking of sending that. And then I don't know if you saw my email, but Travis is going to be leaving, so probably June. So the idea was maybe doing something a little different, inviting people to the committee as non-voting members just to kind of see, so they can kind of have the experience to see how it is and just kind of expand some of the discussions and stuff like that. So I didn't know. You get emails back. I didn't know if anybody had any thoughts up or down, or anybody was opposed to that, or that's assuming that they would like to do that. But then extend an invitation probably in June when Travis is leaving. So.
In addition to the 3 that you had put forth, I would like you to seriously consider a 4th person for a couple reasons. First of all, one of the candidates, were you able to confirm that he will be available on Thursday nights in July, August, September, and October?
Have not. So that is actually giving the next step that even that there's still, this has been an extended period of time. So if not asked that of any of our people. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Second question or concern is, all good candidates, 2 of those folks are fairly new to Athens. And with that, you get some energy, which is always good. But also, I know there's some value in some history and involvement in the community and all of that. That said, the 4th candidate that I would suggest or offer that you might consider a little more seriously would be Ann LaRue.
Okay.
Reasoning behind that, Ann is, for many years, there was always a representative from the Athens City School District on the Arts, Parks, and Recreation Board. And as we have now developed the 2 elementary schools in town, and as the arts, as the recreation programs continue to grow, I know volleyball is taking off big time now. We've got 3 3rd grade teams, 2 4th grade teams, a 5th grade team, and 2 6th grade teams, just made up of students from the Athens City School System. Gym space is going to be very tight, and we are using those facilities now. But Ann would be an outstanding representative from the Athens City School District. She is a middle school phys ed teacher, been there for over 15 years, started the archery program in the Athens City Schools. And the thing is, she is an actual practitioner today. And I think that's something that we're kind of missing on the board, even amongst this board, and even going back when I was on the board before I became on council. And I just think she would be a real good addition. Not that the others aren't.
Oh yeah, no.
But I think, and one thought might be, it's the mayor's choice. If she were deemed to be as qualified as the others, to possibly submit all 4 to him, because it is his decision in the end. He may say, I don't want any of these people.
I mean, I
doubt it.
Yeah,
I doubt it. But I would suggest or offer to the rest of the board that we take, I don't have any say in this, a close look at that. I've known her for some time, and I've been able to observe my children and other people's children going through that. And another 10 years, you'll have a few up there at the middle school. But I just look at the variety of things they do in the phys ed program, moved way beyond rolling out the ball and playing kickball. I mean, they're doing presidential physical fitness, they're doing archery, they're doing lifetime sports, gymnastics, a wide variety of things. And I just think she would be a good addition to this board and a good resource for our employed individuals in the department.
Yeah, and I will say, just Travis isn't here, but we had a lot of good candidates, as you probably all saw. I mean, like a lot of good people. We're balancing a few things, and so And yeah, you had brought that up. I definitely agree that, because as long as I've been on here, we've not had somebody in the school district, and so sharing some of like the spaces and stuff like that, having someone directly in the meeting that could be, oh yeah, this makes sense, when we're dealing with different, activities and whatnot. So, but yeah, I mean, we definitely, we have these 3 right now, and then like I said, Travis will be leaving in June, so this definitely a conversation. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, this is the mayor's decision.
Right.
This is the first time we're just kind of sharing some thoughts and helping with that. But yeah, definitely agree. There's a lot of good applicants. We appreciate everybody going through that questionnaire. I know it wasn't very short. I heard that from a few other people, but yeah, I appreciate those comments. So, any other discussion or comments about that?
Sounds good on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for doing that.
Yeah, no, definitely get some more people. Maybe we can get a secretary. That'd be nice. Just gonna put that out there. That wasn't a question that we had, but that is something. The reasons we are meeting here is just to be able to have our minutes being recorded, so because we don't have a secretary currently. But yeah, so we'll send that to the mayor and see what their response is. That has to obviously go to council and be approved and everything, and then we'll have the 4th one. Then it'll be a full group of 7. But then hopefully we have a few people come, and we've had members in the past. I think somebody from the Bikeway Committee used to come in the past, and so it's good to have a few perspectives here. They're not necessarily just voting members. So okay. Let's see. Discussion on that. What we got up here? Oh, tennis pickleball update. There.
Yeah. I know that the reading's gone through twice.
Yeah, twice.
So we need, once it hits the 3rd reading, then we can start taking in bids for the project and moving forward on that. We're ready to hit the ground on that one, so
Okay.
yeah.
3rd reading will be, let's see, Monday night we'll have committees. So it'll be the meeting after that.
So like 2 weeks from.
Pretty close.
I
We're
can
getting there.
tell you the date here. I
Okay.
don't have my calendar.
Do you know if Catherine Ann has contacted Total Tennis yet?
She has not yet, but I know that, Total
Second,
Tennis
okay.
could bid on it once it's open, so.
Well, they're in the group of folks that it doesn't have to go out to bid to.
Oh, good. Well, then they can throw their hat in the ring on the project then.
So in terms of the project, it's May 2nd's the date.
May 2nd, okay.
There'll be the 3rd reading.
Great.
And then the mayor has to sign it, and at this point in time, I'll just speak for rest of council, I don't think that's gonna be an issue.
Okay.
Who, do you, any idea who's going to, and maybe this might be a better question for Andy Stone, who's going to supervise, for lack of a better word, the bidding process and all of that?
Yeah.
I'm not 100%.
I've been told the architectural firm that she's hired,
Okay, BDT.
BDT, is in charge of the bidding process.
Okay.
Yep, to my knowledge, they put together the bid packet to go out to all these groups.
Okay.
And they can,
Go from there.
yeah.
Has there been any discussion at any of the readings or anything like that? Or up or down, or
The overwhelming communication that we've had from the general public is that there is a great need for pickleball courts. I have talked with the folks at Third Sun Solar. They were recently purchased, so there's appears to be a little uncertainty as to timeline on that
Gotcha.
project. If you remember when we first heard about the solar panels, they were going to be in last fall.
Yeah.
And
it was all-
we're moving towards May now, and I have been assured on more than one occasion that the 2 tennis courts will be able to be fit into the existing dog park
Okay.
area, that side. The one thing there appears to be a little uncertainty on is the 4 pickleball courts.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going north to south, there is just enough room. There's 119 feet. That would be north to south.
Yeah,
would be- the river, from the river to East State Street is
Yeah.
north to south.
Okay.
There's 119 feet there. We really need 120, but we'll be able to figure that out. Going east to west, there's only 54 feet. And it's less than that when you take into account the supports on the rink. So the rink is gonna have to probably be shortened.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we've
Yeah.
already
Yeah,
discussed,
the
yeah.
rink's gonna have to be
That's the
shortened.
plan to
Yeah.
make that much smaller. So then people can still come in and hit the puck around. They just won't
Right,
have the space to
yeah.
play a full game.
But, yeah, so and it's a couple, now there's plenty of room to fit them in there. And there is, if we shorten the rink. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
once everybody's on board with that.
How much shorter? Because that's the first I've heard of that.
Let's see, 54, it's 54 to the wall. So at least 6
6
feet.
feet shorter.
But then you have the supports, which are 4 feet. It's gonna be, Daniel, top of my head, I'm saying 10 to 12 feet shorter.
And is this going to encroach on the basketball area that's
No.
down there right now?
No.
that's
It's
correct.
all right there where the skating, or the rink is.
Yeah,
That area is gonna hold 4 north-south pickleball courts.
by shortening the rink 10 to 12 feet.
Yep.
And the rink will still be on that hard pavement.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
So
and the
go-
way the rink works, the rink has panels.
Right, I know
So
the
they'll just take
panels,
out,
right.
they're gonna take out probably 2 panels, and then slide it.
So between the rink and the basketball courts, there'll
No,
be 4?
the other side.
Yeah, it's on.
It'll go pickleball closest to the old tennis courts.
Yeah.
And
So you-
then
so you-
rink.
Oh, the rink will go down
And then
towards the
basketball.
basketball
Yeah, your
court.
basketball courts are here, then the rink, pickleball courts over here,
Okay, and
and then grassy area towards Kroger's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome when it's done.
That was the plan too. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Except with losing part of the rink, which was.
With the and I'd heard something about where the location of the so originally we were deciding between, there was a discussion between like closer to the Holiday Inn or further, but I heard it's like in between now. I mean,
Well,
you've
it's
seen
not
this or
up against,
something?
yeah, it's not against
Yeah.
the Holiday Inn, it's
Oh,
at
okay.
that original location,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I heard it might be further up, but yeah, but yeah,
There was realization that, one, it's tucked up in the corner, secondly, the noise with the hotel, and third, running the utilities a further distance, yeah. So pickleball east, tennis courts west.
yeah. And so third reading is May 2nd. Okay,
May
and then
2nd,
it goes
yes,
to
sir.
mayor. Okay, gotcha. All right. Other discussion? Any questions? Bike path safety issues. I think Greg, I think both of you guys brought this up. You had a question.
Well, Daniel and I both have a quick
Kind of separate, yeah.
issue to talk about, and that was that when Terry was here, we mentioned about the cinders being all over the bike path down there near the Ford dealership, and we talked about concrete barriers. There's enough room to put those construction barriers down there along right edge to the bike path, and still have room for people that make U-turns or whatever. And that would keep the cinders off the bike path, so that maintenance doesn't have to go down there once a week or however many times they're scheduled to do that, and sweep all those cinders off there. And then Daniel has a second issue that's in that same area, a safety issue.
Yeah, the Menards Intersection. There were 2 no turn on red signs taken down. I haven't been down that way, but that was the talk on the bikeway committee, which I'm a member of, and all agreed that was detrimental to improving the safety of bicycle use in the city, especially the one coming out of the parking lot, because at that point a rider on the bikeway would have the right of way to ride through. So Nick Tepe, I mentioned in the email, he would like to come address the committee. He has some ideas. I think discussion about it is good. It's a good thing. I think, unfortunately, once the signs are down, it'd probably be hard to have them put back up. But there are some options. He's familiar with places that are a little bit ahead as far as like the bicycle culture within the town. So, I think that's important. I mean, that, like I said, I haven't been down there, but Alan, you remember?
I went by today, yeah.
Yeah, so and we had this discussion. I don't remember when it was, but it was when
I'm remembering that. Yeah, there was. I don't know when it was, but
Who
I remember.
did we identify on the senders? Who did we identify was the person that the person or office in the city that we needed to address this to?
That sounds like a Andy Stone and,
Kevin and them don't go down
Maybe it
there.
was an engineering, maybe?
I thought it might. I don't know. I thought for some reason I thought it was Kevin, but I could be wrong.
Well, I've seen city trucks down there sweeping off the bike path,
yeah, I think Public Works,
EPW.
helps
Okay.
manage
Okay.
with that area down there.
but I think we kind of turned it over to Terry to try to locate the correct person to say we need to
Yeah, 'cause I
address
do
this
remember that
issue.
conversation. I remember it was like the washing out, yeah.
Aaron, would you want to pursue that, or do you want me to contact EPW?
I know that, because it was sent in an email and I talked to Catherine Ann earlier, I know that she's already
Okay,
started this conversation
Okay.
with Andy and, he's
Yeah.
gonna work through it, so.
Awesome.
Anyone that has any problems or questions or even options, like, should
Yeah.
contact him.
Okay, yeah, I'll let Nick know. We wanted to, I mean, this has been a topic with the Bikeway Committee for a while, and I guess what I do want to say about that area is, for people that are coming into town to ride the bike path, which there are many that actually come from a pretty good distance, that's not what you want to present them with. And that's going to be, for a lot of people, one of the first places they see, because they tend to park in that parking lot by Dirty Dog. Or I know some people that park at Holzer, and especially with the new section, like a lot of people want to check that out. But to get there, as Greg had mentioned, you have cinders, which easy to get flat tires. Also, if you're not experienced, trying to have all those obstacles in the bikeway, it's not a good thing. And then of course the Menards. And I did notice, I'll bring this up too because this falls into this same category, the ramp that's at that parking lot still exists. And I do remember Terry saying that it was temporary. She had contacted
The
the
large
hockey.
steel plate,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's being in that turn is very bad placement
Yes.
because when it is wet, it is slippery. And I know there's signage now. I just the point of those things is not to be a permanent
right?
feature.
She did
and
say
it's-
they were temporary, I remember
It's
that.
been there for a couple
And-
years, so.
well, they bring it in and bring it out when they're doing heavy equipment training work down there.
Oh, that- is
And
that
they're
why
doing-
they
And they're
keep
doing
that
it
big
again, yeah,
backhoe
that's
down
why
there?
that's there, but it's,
Yeah.
if they're not doing the training, it's supposed to come up. Daniel, on those, right turn on red, I'm familiar at the traffic light at Menards, it used to say I haven't been there in a while, but it said no right turn on red.
Yeah.
I think it was a hanging sign.
Yes.
That sign is no longer there?
That's what they said at
You
the.
mentioned two signs, where's
Yeah.
the other
Well,
one?
both
The-
right turns, going
Yeah, the
into
other one would be
Menards.
is if you're coming from town direction, heading.
Oh, off of East State Street?
Yes.
Yeah, on East State, if you're
Oh,
heading to
okay.
the
Run
east and you're
into a
turning
cycle.
right into Menards.
When they've got the right of way.
Which, that one, like, again, I think that would be the lesser of the two just because you're going to be going with the flow of traffic if you're riding. So
You're
if the
probably
li-
gonna see a cyclist, you would hope.
yeah, and if the light's red, you have to stop also as a cyclist. So
Right.
everybody's going to be a little bit more aware. But it's that one, trying to pull out and beat the traffic coming out of the lot. I think that could be problematic. And I think that in that, and this is what Nick will say, is that signage isn't necessarily the solution. He has mentioned something like raised crossways, so that being raised slightly would cause the vehicle to, it's kind of like a speed bump.
Yeah.
And make you realize, you either see it or you don't, but if you don't see it, it's definitely gonna jolt you and you're gonna be more aware, so.
Yeah, because the stop strip is way before the bike path, and people always go right over that stop strip and go right up, and they're blocking the access from one side of the bike path to the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of almost right out in the street when you have the bicyclist has the right of way. I see that almost every time I ride down that way.
So, the bike path is a jewel. We should definitely appreciate how lucky we are to have such a great thing. And just see, I see a lot of West Virginia license plates. I know a lot of people from West Virginia come a couple hours just to ride on the path. So I feel like we need to do a better effort to get this better in all of these three. It's kind of like a three-pronged attack. We've talked about it and talked about it, and I'm just tired of talking about it. I would like to see some action.
So can we add Nick to the agenda for the May meeting? Would that be okay?
Yeah, I think it's the 19th, so I'll let him know. I know he said he wasn't available tonight, but I'll.
Well, I guess that question is it.
Yeah,
Is
19th.
that under us, the bike path?
Well, it would be because it's recreation and park and kind of park
Wait a
and
minute,
though.
I thought we said. Oh no, that was the signs. Sorry, that was the signs.
Yeah, we're not talking about maintenance or upkeep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my point in bringing up the sign.
I think either way we should.
Yeah.
We should sign on to this. I'm just wondering, like,
Yeah.
does it fall under our purview or is it like the city? You know, like, also like the bikeway committee. Are we coming together on that? I'm just trying to understand because I agree. Like, you know, this is people in the space to recreate. I'm just wondering, like, is this?
Yeah, I think
Does that make sense? I
Yeah,
mean,
it
you know,
does. It does. I think it would fall under us if we said we need to make these measures to improve the
Yeah.
East State Street part of the bike path so that we can put Athens.
Because I
In a
like
better
with the
light.
cleaning and all that stuff. Is it the? I mean, Aaron, you're right. Is it the Arts Park and Rec group or?
Certain parts are taken care of by the county, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
three,
Yeah,
three
but this-
different entities, the
This is
university,
this
the
is
city,
city
and the
though.
county.
Okay, that's what I'm making sure. Like,
Yeah.
It is
You
still
know?
city down
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and yeah, and I mean, it's from talking to Terry. Kevin was involved in some
I remember that
manners.
conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're not pulling something in and then it's like, oh yeah, that
We can't
you know,
do anything.
EPW, you know, or whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know who it would be, but
We can work in conjunction with them.
Yeah, I
but
think-
it does need to get addressed.
yeah,
It definitely falls under recreation. Though.
And I know in the past we've sent letters, you know, like we had for that stoplight, you know, that that was too bright in front of the community center. So you know, maybe you don't even remember that, Aaron, that we did that.
Alright,
Because you
nice.
couldn't see. I think it was Alan brought that up. So,
In their budget.
yeah, I think we could definitely
Maintenance on the roof or something else,
something.
that was a capital
All right,
project.
cool. Thank you.
Any other?
That was all I wanted to
Okay.
talk about as far as that.
Back-
I
okay.
just wanted to make it aware and.
Yeah, no, I
so
mean,
we-
I remember that conversation. So yeah, if we can make it happen,
So,
you know,
yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Okay.
We're gonna go to another.
Okay, thanks, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, see ya.
See you on the pickleball course. I'm coming out of retirement.
All right.
Community center hours and equipment discussion. I think, Greg, this was a question you had about, well, I guess it's two parts. So it was a question about the hours of the shorter, longer, was it the,
Well, they're now longer.
okay.
Yeah, on
They're open on
Saturday.
Saturdays till 4 o'clock. I was just curious as to what instigated that now as opposed to when OU was closed and we needed more hours to be able to go to the rec center on Saturday during the winter.
Gotcha. You know, staff.
Was it staff? I told,
Staffing it's been a struggle. Everywhere's hiring, everyone can pay.
yeah, I
a
figured
good
it was a
rate.
staffing issue that was able
But,
to.
so now we're getting more comfortable with our staffing levels, so
Okay,
thankfully, and we might, continue to grow on it, just right now, that was the main thing, was staffing.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and then equipment discussion or something about the fitness equipment or something. Just-
Well, I see further on down the list that they are getting new equipment, the ellipticals, recumbent bike, because there were a couple of ellipticals that were mentioned to me that were out of order, and
Yeah,
so that's all coming.
yeah, it's
It's all coming in.
it's en route, to my understanding, to the distributor, and hopefully by then we'll get it and it'll be here mid-May. So
And since
excited
we're on
about
that little community center thing, a couple of questions I like to ask is, when you say lights in the gymnasium to be replaced,
Yeah,
we're talking light bulbs, or are you gonna
Light bulbs.
upgrade the lighting to LED or whatever?
it's light bulbs.
And then the second one's the floor is gonna be resurfaced again?
Yeah,
Is there a maintenance, how
Yeah.
often does the floor
it's gonna have to be
supposed to
done,
get resurfaced?
it's supposed to be done every year.
Every year?
Not to the extent that it was last time, because last time they peeled everything off, they took lines off,
Right,
and it took days. This is just like a buff it, clean it, seal it. We are gonna have them add those lines that were missing on the one, on the,
on the green tape?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so they'll be painting those lines on, and then we will be on a yearly basis for the gym floor. The exercise studio, they recommend it doesn't have to be done every year.
Do you know if the coating that they're gonna put on it, is it possible to have I've discussed this in the past, a matte finish? Because when it's so buffed and shiny, I mean, it looks really pretty when you walk in, but to play pickleball or sports on that and you look down and the reflection of those lights on that floor are absolutely
I'll
terrible.
check. I don't know what the material is that they're gonna use for it, but I can ask. I've never heard of a matte finish gym
Well,
floor, but
you can get high gloss polyurethane, you can get matte polyurethane, I don't know what
Oh,
they
cool.
use, but I'm sure it could be a not super shiny one.
I can ask for sure and try to find out for you.
But yeah, I had no idea it was every year, because looking at the floor at the last pickleball clinic, it was like, what's wrong with the floors? They look fine.
Apparently they're in bad shape.
Really?
I'm not a floor expert, but yeah.
Okay,
they-
yeah, I couldn't understand that.
Yeah,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome.
I gotta appreciate the update on that. Any other questions about hours, the community center? Megan? Okay. Next item is Skate Jam. Andrea Baird was scheduled to be here, but she emailed me before saying she couldn't. Just want to remind everybody that they're doing a benefit this weekend. It's Devil's Kettle from 4 to 9 o'clock for their event that they'll be doing later. Is that August, or when is fall?
I'm sorry, I forget the date, but I
Yeah,
know that it's earlier than what it was
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, I don't have the information, but they were presenting later when they have more about that. But yeah, they're not here today. But yeah, it's a nice event that's happening.
What's the date and the time again?
It is this Saturday from 4 to 9.
Okay.
Yeah, Devil's Kettle. So there's a number of bands like Water Witches. Let me see. Pull up the emails. Actually, acting like I don't have the information right here. Andrea. Let's see here. Yeah, 423. Event will be 4 to 9 p.m. Yeah, Devil's Kettle this Saturday. So there'll be Brood-X, D-Rays, and Water Witches. We're playing it. Bring your skateboards and shred the pop-up flipside skate course. So it's a benefit show for their
Oh,
event.
nice.
So yeah, it's been a nice event that's been happening. Just in the back. Nice use of the space behind, I think, the community center. So and it's getting bigger every year. So let's see. All right. Yeah, I guess there's no other extra items for the agenda. Staff report. If there's anything you want to highlight that you gave us. So
I mean, we're
questions
hiring.
or whatever, yeah.
We are hiring. If anyone is wanting to be a lifeguard, we are certainly full force on the interviewing on that. Cashiers at the pool. We are, the testing for the program specialist position happened last week, so just getting scores in and then starting to schedule interviews
Okay.
before too long. It's exciting to see the growth come back after a couple years of, the unknown. So, yeah, we're doing good.
That's good. That's awesome. Trying to see. Dun, dun. I just want to reiterate, I just love these updates. They're always helpful just to
Yeah.
go through and have, so,
It's nice to see, there's a lot going on.
yeah. It's,
So-
it's sometimes easy to be like, oh, there's nothing going on. No, there's quite a bit. I guess this is connected, but I know AMAC, yeah. The planning for their 20th anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
How's that going? Is there something we can do with that?
I'm not sure. I'm not as involved with that. Catherine Ann is. I know that they are just they're really trucking along with getting celebrations figured out for that. I know they're going to do concerts in the parks each month, the month of May, June, and July. So they're just hammering out the details on that right now as we speak, so it's exciting.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I have a question for you, because I know you're excited. The movie screen.
Yeah.
What do you have planned for that? I know that was like something, you know.
We are working on getting out some sponsorship package information to local businesses. We are hopeful to have a movie starting out, once a month during the summer, June, July, August, to see how it's received, and then if there's other places that we can use it. It's a huge screen, so it doesn't just pop up. It takes some planning. But that's the plan, is to try to do something June, July, August, with July being Parks and Rec month. We just felt like that would be a fun way to kick off that celebration too, so.
Yeah. I wish I was around when I was a kid, but it's not. But yeah, I'm
I know.
really excited to see that. I think that'd be gather some more people, because it again reminds me of the pool parties they used to have back in the day down there. You know,
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know
Oh,
if you
yeah, I
remember that. You remember this? It was like, Power 105 was there. and,
License to chill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was the place to be, and so kind of getting that energy back, I think, would be really great.
Oh, yeah, we can get back there for sure.
Yeah. So. Does anybody have any other questions for Aaron over here about the updates, or anything else for the good of the order?
Nope, just coming up in May though. May 21st is going to be. We're going to have a invasive removal at Camp Rotan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's a
Yeah.
Saturday, and I think that'd be a good thing for families and kids to do. So
Where is that posted somewhere, or?
actually, I haven't seen it posted,
Okay.
but that was just something that we had talked about, Catherine Ann and
Okay.
myself, and
Cool, we'll get that pushed
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
So,
because I think
I'll
the
be-
more you've talked to me about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I can bring my kids to that.
Well,
That's me. Yeah.
if nothing else, it's worth coming up for a walk through
Yeah.
the park. It doesn't take long to get through and check it out. Right now, garlic mustard would be probably the focus. Like, I like to let the other things with, like the shrubby invasives, to get their leaves. So they put that energy into the leaves and then cut them down. So that way it hurts them more.
Mhm.
But yeah, so May 21st.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we can maybe push something out. That
Yeah.
Yeah, because that'll
What's the time on that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, morning is always, I think, best. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, 'cause we can push that out to like the neighborhood Facebook groups and stuff too.
For sure.
So they can just walk over. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd like to see some kids get out there and help, or even just to get out
Yeah,
there.
just to check it out.
Yeah,
Pretty
so-
cool.
That's all I have though.
Okay. Greg, you got anything, or anybody
Nope,
else?
we're good. Sounds good. Everything looks good here. Lots of going on.
Yeah. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
A motion to
Second.
adjourn.
All right. 6:08. I think maybe the shortest APR we've
Uh-huh.
had. So,
Yay.
yeah.